Hi, welcome to Nappy Invest. So the whole point of me doing these videos is to share some ideas. And the idea I'm sharing today is a company called Firefinch. Now, I had never heard of Firefinch until they released an announcement about 10 days ago about their quarterly gold production update. It's fairly unusual for me to not have heard about a company on the ASX. And there is a very simple reason behind that. And that reason is they have changed their name twice over the past few years. So a few years ago, they were known as Birimian BGS. So I actually had heard of that company. Then they changed their name to Mali Lithium. And then again, they changed the name to Firefinch on November 6, 2020. Now, Firefinch is the national bird of Mali. So that should give you a pretty good idea of where their assets and projects are located in the country, the West African country of Mali. So one of the reasons they changed the name to Firefinch was they bought 80% of the controlling interest of the Marilla gold mine in Mali in August 2020. They bought that from Anglo Gold and Barrick. The other 20% of that company is owned by the Mali government. They also have a lithium project in Mali called the Goulamina Lithium Project. Now, Mali itself is an interesting company. It's a landlocked company in Western Africa, just west of Nigeria, north of Ivory Coast, Ghana. I think most of the country is in southern Sahara Desert. It's one of the hottest countries on the planet. So most of the population lives in the southern parts where it's more towards the coast, but not on the coast. I believe gold is probably their biggest export, so they do have large gold assets, I think especially in the south or west or somewhere around there. So probably the main problem about Mali is they have a very unstable government. So they've gone through two coups in the last 8 years. They had one in 2012 and another one in August 2020. So a lot of civil unrest in the country during last year. And then I think the president and the prime minister eventually resigned because the economic conditions were not fairly good for the populace. So gone through a government change in August with the coup. Probably think more than likely it was led by the military. But anyway, so that's something you have to take into account when investing in companies like Firefinch in these countries like Mali. There is a bit of government, or some people might call it sovereign risk, but it definitely is a bit of a risk. And we'll get into that a little bit later on in this video. Now, this is the reason I came to know Firefinch, their quarterly gold production update on the 8th of January. So they are in production. So the Marilla Gorilla gold mine, which was once known because I think the gold mine did produce 7.5 million of ounces of gold in 20 years or so. So it's not producing anything like that now. I think most of their gold they're getting is from tailings and whatnot. So they have a production target of 10,000 to 10,500 ounces of gold for this quarter. They do have cash and gold on hand of 33 million. So I always like to see cash and gold on hand. Now, the market did kind of like this announcement. The share price rose 15%. And probably the interesting thing I did take from this announcement, not only from the gold production, was a comment from the executive chairman. He just mentioned the lithium project, and he just said recent strong interest in lithium equities. And if you've been following lithium equities, you would have noticed, for instance, Galaxy Resources share price has gone through the roof in the last few months. Anyway, has improved the standing of the Goulamina lithium project, one of the world's best undeveloped and uncommitted lithium assets. They numerously call their Goulamina lithium project a world-class lithium asset. So they have that lithium project on the side now, and because they've got this Marilla gold mine, and they can take it, this Goulamina lithium project, a little bit more slowly. They really don't have to rush it because they have this cash coming in through this gold mine. So the Marilla gold mine is profitable and is producing cash. So let's have a look at the chart. So a nice looking chart. A couple of reasons why I call this a nice looking chart. It is a little bit volatile. I can see these little peaks of share price. When the share price gets above 20, that could be the time to sell because we always see a bit of selling once it gets into that region. But whenever it gets to share price around, say, 14 cents, that would be a good time to buy. We're also seeing increasing volume, which is showing the market is becoming more and more interested in Firefinch. Back in December and early January, share price did go on a bit of a run, going from 14 cents to about 22, upwards of 25 cents in a quick time. Usually when you see that sort of run in share price, there's going to be a little bit of profit taking. And if there's not profit taking, that's actually quite bullish, and that's when I might buy in. So they have been on the stock market or the ASX for at least 10 years. You can see the shifts in share prices over those times. So the highest share price was reached in about 2010-11, got to above $1 at one point. Then we saw the share price being depressed for a while. A little bit of a run in 2013 on high volume, but that run didn't last very long. Then it's because they had a lithium asset, and lithium, there was a lithium bit of a bubble in 2016, or I should say a run in lithium, and we did see the share price go from about 10 cents all the way up to 80 cents. That lithium bubble burst, and the share price then retreated from 80 cents all the way back to 5 cents start of this year. And good looking chart, this one also, especially because we're starting to see that volume increase on a more sustainable level, and the weekly chart looks fairly good. So it looks fairly bullish, and the fact they have now two classes of assets, gold and lithium, seems like the share price was highly correlated to lithium prices going back 5 years or so. Now the negative bit. So they did go into a trading halt on the 14th of January, which was 17/16 last Thursday. Now this trading halt was in relation to an amended notice of tax from the Mali tax office. So it's something you really don't want to hear about. And again, this comes back to the government risk. You just don't know what these governments are going to do, these departments of the governments will do. They're going to try to eke out as much money they can from any mining company, and that's exactly what possibly is happening here. So we had to wait till the 18th of January, which is today when I'm doing this video. And so we did see what this is all about. So it's a tax dispute. The Mali Tax Department is disputing some of the taxes paid by the Marilla Gold Mine in 2017. This is before Firefinch owned them. And they believe that Marilla understated the income that the gold mine or the company received from gold sold. They gave no reason to why they understated it. And they believe that the company was understating the gold income from gold by over $50 million. So the company back then said they received a $92.65 million income from gold, when the tax department said it should be more like $147 million. Of course, Firefinch is disputing that. They believe the Mali tax department is wrong, and in any case, they have available tax credits handy. So even if they do have to pay some tax, they have those credits. This just highlights the government risk of investing or even operating in countries like Mali when you have this unstable government. So this government has changed, or did change in August 2020, and maybe they're trying to show their power, trying to show this company they have a bit of power and make sure you don't run afoul of us, otherwise we'll use this power against you. Share price has taken a hit, so when I'm doing this, or when I did this video during trading, share price was down 15.9% to 18.5 cents. Now it's getting more interesting, the share price. So I sort of like these situations because a lot of people are selling out because this shows you increasing risk. And a lot of investors just don't like risk because you don't know the future, what the future might hold. So that's why some people are selling out. This could be a nothing sort of risk. It could be just, again, the Mali Tax Department trying to show their strength, and then it could all just go away. In any case, they are profitable. The gold mine is producing some cash flow. They also have a lithium project, and lithium at the moment is in a very bullish run. So that's all I've got on Firefinch. A quick take on this company, gold and lithium project company. If you have any comments, leave it in the comment section. Have any questions? Doesn't mean I'll actually get to any questions because I'm getting a lot of comments at the moment, so not enough time to answer all the comments. Otherwise, I'm not a professional advisor, so if you do need to seek professional advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own professional needs. That's all for this video. Have a good day. Bye.